to sell. But when she invited me, I knew that this was meant for me.
Right, shoes and bags. Now, the interesting thing is that you say you don't draw, you don't have a background in shoemaking or bag making. So how did you make this happen?
I attempt to draw sometimes. I try my best to explain vividly to my manufacturers. They're experts in what they do, so they easily catch what I'm trying to say. Or sometimes I have pictures. I just revise them a little based on the trends I see.
Right, okay. And how would you describe like the look or the aesthetic of Tonic?
I spend lots of time researching on trends. So most likely, if it's in, I have it. I make it a point that I have it, especially with so many competitors nowadays. You have to be first. And and the lucky thing about my business is I am my target market. So when I like something and I ask myself, would I wear this? If my answer is a very passionate yes, most likely it will be released as part of my collection.
Great, great. So you're your own research.
Yes.
Right. But speaking of the trends, yeah, you do have them here. You have like the sort of the gladiator sandals, the embellished flats,
Yes.
and then the wedges. Like the little booties are also in now. Lots of platforms. Maybe you can describe the bags for us over here.
I try to make a little of everything as much as possible. Like for the bags, last holiday season, sequins were very in, like embellishment. So I made clutches, perfect for Christmas parties. I made matching shoes as well, using the same material.
Okay, that's right. Alright, the bag and the flats.
Like animal fur was also very in last season. So there, that bag is made of, it's full. It's not real, so it's okay.
No animal was harmed in
No.
the making of that bag, right? Okay, so you started with your friends, selling in bazaars, then you went into tiendecitas. Were you very intimidated at the thought of renting out an actual space?
Yes. If you ask anyone who knows me, I'm very much intimidated. It's a very expensive fear, putting up a store, because when there are hidden expenses when putting up stores. Malls ask for 6 months security deposit, and when you add that up, that's a lot.
That is.
The construction of the store, of course, you have to invest in your inventory, salespeople. So it's a lot. It's actually a lot. It scared me. That's why Tiendecitas was my first choice. The rent was reasonable. The size was just right, around 10 square meters, just perfect to start it off.
Right. Okay. You mentioned, spending on your inventory. So it's very different when you have a store all year round as opposed to just joining the seasonal bazaars. Was it, what challenges did you face when having to continuously make sure that there was inventory in the store and introduce new collections?
When you join bazaars during Christmas, you have the entire year to plan. And then when the stocks get delivered, you just display them. But when you have a store, there are repeat customers who keep coming back. So you have to have something new to offer every time.
Right.
Yeah. So I had slight problems with manufacturers before, like when they promise they're gonna deliver this particular design, let's say next week. But most likely they won't arrive on time. So I have contingency plans, like I have now more manufacturers. You can't just rely on one.
Okay.
So in case this one doesn't deliver, you can count on someone
to
deliver
something else. Right. What's the price point for the Tonic bags and
For
shoes?
flats, they range from $690 to $990. Very competitive with other brands. Actually cheaper than the known brands out there. For wedges, a little over 1,000. I try not to exceed 1,500 as much as possible.
Right. Now, you said from the very beginning, Tonic was always well received by the market. What do you think sets you apart in that sense? The fashion, market is so competitive, especially, even the small players like in bazaars and stuff. It's very competitive. How do you make yourself stand out?
I think because all my designs are very personal. They come from me. I don't hire any designers to design for me. It's all based on my tastes or what I think the market prefers. And I can't say for other brands. I can just speak for myself when I say how passionate and how how much I love what I'm doing. So I guess it translates to what I produce. Ever since I was little, I was into these things already, and now that I've made it into a business, I hope it shows how much I love what I'm doing.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a lot of fun.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So when you were thinking of expanding, not just from Tiendecitas, but going to the ramp, right? The crossings in Trinoma and Glorieta. Okay. As you said, there's a lot of hidden expenses there. How did you finance the expansion? Was it from the business, or you had to find another source of funds?
Like for Tiendecitas, it was my flagship store. I had the unwavering financial and emotional support of my parents to start. But when I expanded, it all came from Tonic's blood, sweat, and tears already. But with the ramp, there wasn't much capital involved because it's on a consignment basis. Like they get a percentage of your sales every month, and then the shelves are there, all the fixtures are there.
So no construction costs.
No construction costs. Just they just get a percentage at the end of the month. Right. So not much. Not much capital.
And you're also available in Cebu, right?
Yes. I opened in Cebu last 2010, late 2010. A mall offered me a space, and at first, again, I was hesitant, but I have an online store, and a lot of Cebuanos order from me online. But the problem with shoes, sometimes they want to fit it first.
Of course.
So I realized maybe this is a good opportunity for me to expand. So with the help of my parents and the support of my friends, I was able to make it possible.
That's great. And how do you manage your inventory? I mean, here in Manila, and when you have something in Cebu.
In Manila, everything gets my warehouse is my house. My mom's already scolding me for turning our sala into a stock room, but when the stocks get delivered, I check the quality before distributing them to the different branches. So when it comes to Cebu, I make it a point to go there at least once a month. Just for one day, I take the earliest flight in and then the earliest flight out, just to check inventory and check the store.
Okay. And how often do you come out with new collections?
As much as possible, I try to come out with one design per week. But it depends on the season. Like if Christmas, of course, I come out with more. Or when summer. But like January, of course, sales will decline a little.
Right.
So I just allow the stocks to get sold first.
Right.
So before coming up with new designs.
What do you do with any inventory that doesn't get sold right away?
Actually, Tiendecitas is now my sort of outlet store. Okay. All the broken sizes from all other branches, I pull them out, and then from previous collections, I bring them to Tiendecitas. And my customers already know that all sale items are brought there. So they frequent my store asking for, anong bagong sale?
Okay. Very nice, very nice. And as you said, your target market is you. So you're thinking like young ladies, professional, stylish women, right?
Well, I'm much older than I was when I first started, but I'd like to think that I still capture the younger market. I mean, I like to dress young, I believe. So yes, actually, when I do store visits and I just observe, it doesn't have to be young people. Like even older women, like stop by, try to fit, buy their own shoes. So I'd like to think that I cater to all women of all ages.
Right. Okay. And what advice do you have for other entrepreneurs out there like yourself who are thinking of expanding, but also paying attention to some of the fears that you had?
Well, first, you can't expand without capital. So whatever profit you have, don't waste it away on unnecessary items. You have to learn how to save so you have enough to invest in a new store. Also, I think what I learned based on experience is you have to learn the balance between like patience and aggressiveness. Every business wants to expand, but you can't do it all at the same time, in my opinion. You have to test one first, see how the market responds to it, and then if it's okay, you expand to your next branch. Aggressive in a way that there are a lot of competitors out there, so you have to be first also. You have to capture the market first, brand recall. So it has to be a mixture of both patience and aggressiveness.
All right, well, you seem to have balanced those out pretty well.
Thank you.
All right, Kim, thank you for shop talking with us today.
Thank you.
All right. Now,